New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Buford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
By the way, we go. Welcome to Season 16, episode number 3406. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted.
Quack, quack.
All right, here we go. Woman goes viral after doing a TV interview with a very large sex toy behind her.
It's huge.
Yeah, can't even believe she uses it. There's a new, more accurate COVID test that fans of plugs will prefer. Man hits 2 deer with brand new car, then hits for $2 million in the state lottery. Facebook flags post containing Ho Landmark, a beautiful place across the sea. And Florida leads the world in shark attacks at Waffle Houses. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, anyone who has gotten a COVID test, they will tell you that it is a very uncomfortable experience. And no doubt you've seen the videos, like a 9-inch swab stuffed into each nostril. Most people say it feels like you're getting your brain poked. Well, I'm here to tell you, quit your bitching. More than 1 million Beijing residents undergoing testing amid a fresh outbreak. They've been administered swabs, but not in their nose. Oh, no. Chinese health authorities have developed a more accurate test where they swab your butt. That's right, they swab your derriere, your caboose. They swab the keister. Now, that sounds like an uncomfortable situation for everyone, doctors included. But I suppose it depends who you are. I mean, people are known to intentionally hide things there. In England, for example, doctors rushed to treat a man who was the victim of a hit and run. Naturally, they did x-rays to try to find his injuries. Well, imagine their surprise when they discovered that he had a cell phone up his butt. Don't know why it was there, but it was there. And that's not even why he was in the hospital in the first place. On the other hand, a man in Florida, he went to the hospital specifically because of his ass. He was shot in the butt by his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. And it's amazing he was only shot once because the ex-boyfriend fired 94 shots at this guy. Hit him once, hit him in the ass. And on the topic of butts, Spice Girl Mel B, she was on the British version of the TV show The Masked Singer. It's a massive hit there, just like it is here. 3 out of 4 judges figured out who she was. Not because of her voice, not because of any verbal clues she gave. They recognized her butt. Seriously. She walked out. She dressed as a seahorse. I'm like, I know that ass. That's Mel B. 3 out of 4. They nailed her instantly.
That's amazing.
Seahorse. I mean, this whole thing, she's just like my guy. So today, we're talking about butts, right? Because they come in handy. They can also be our downfall. Maybe you sat in gum. Maybe you got the atomic wedgie. Maybe like the guy that called yesterday, you were the victim of the atomic sit-up. We'll explain that later if you don't know what it is. But today's question is simply this. What's the story that involves someone's butt?
Be part of the big show. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Overtones and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3,406. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat is once again the exciting return of Who Sucks Less.
Yeah.
Stevie brings us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck, but it's up to us to determine out of the 3 which one sucks the least. How the story's shaping up for this week's Who Sucks Less.
It really depends on your perspective. I think all 3 are about equal. So it'll just be personally to you which you find more offensive. But essentially, all 3 stories involve people blowing other people kisses.
Yeah. Oh, really?
But not with their mouth. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, blow a kiss, but you didn't use your mouth.
Is this kind of like our question?
Sort of, yes.
Does it fall in
there
line?
would be a connection to the question today, for sure.
Right. Okay, well, that's pretty fun. Our question today, by the way, we're going to talk about butts in all kinds of different ways. It's part of your body.
Sure.
It's a functioning part of your body. Oftentimes, it can be embarrassing. Oftentimes, depending on the situation, you know, it's the one thing when you go to the doctor. If you're a guy, you're kind of happy that the doctor doesn't check out your butt more so than if they check out the front goods.
Well, because they check out the front goods ever since you're a kid. Check it for a hernia. You don't like it, but you get, and it's not invasive. When they start checking your butt, you're like, here we go.
Have you noticed that that hernia check they don't do anymore?
Yeah, I've noticed that, man.
I did notice.
You know why you noticed? Because you got to wonder to yourself, what were those guys doing back in the day?
Because it used to be, I don't know if they still, I don't think they do this.
Because you think you'd be able to check for your own hernia if you knew where to hold, grab, turn your head and cough, right?
But they would send all of us to, a doctor would show up at the school, right? I don't know, insurance, I don't know how it works. But the doctor would show up at the school, and all the guys, all the girls, separately, obviously, we would get an exam. But they'd send like 12 of us to the locker room in the gym. Mm-hmm. Everyone stripped down to their tighty whities, because that was the only underwear available back then. And your buddy would disappear behind a sheet. And you could hear the doctor doing the thing, and they checked the heart rate, the reflexes, and then at the end of this exam, it only lasted 5-10 minutes. It wasn't a long thing, but you would hear your buddy cough, and we would all giggle because we knew at that point the doctor had 2 fingers under your testicles like he's checking for a pulse.
I can't remember how long it was. It was probably at least.
Yeah, when I was growing up, it was still like for high school sports, same thing.
You had to take a physical.
Dude,
for at least 10, 11 years, you had to take a physical before you did anything like that.
Right. I had a doctor that we kind of knew and I had been going to for a while. Mm-hmm. And I remember one year, for whatever reason, because I didn't do it at the school, we used to have that one too.
Okay, yeah.
But I must have missed that. Probably in summer school. Yeah. Only on vacation. But I go to this doctor, right? And he's like, yeah, we could skip this. We'd skip this. All right, drop your pants. It's like, why did we skip other stuff? But
I'm going to get to the good part, son.
In the 16 years that we've been in Seattle, I've gone through about 5 doctors.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them retired, believe it or not. They just
we used to have the same guy, but he retired.
Yeah, he retired.
I miss that guy, especially after my new one. But he's all right. But
the first guy I got,
he doesn't have the tender touch.
The first,
he was nice.
The first guy I got, I have never been violated like that in my life.
Right.
I mean, it was just like when I left, I felt like I needed to go home and take a shower. It was just like, dude, that's way too much. That's way too much.
I remember I had a female doctor. It's toward the end of the exam, as always, and she puts on the glove. I got to bend over, and I'm just like, oh, no. And the first words out of her mouth, she's like, is this because I'm a woman? And I looked at her. I was like, hey, dummy, that doesn't work in my world. I'm like, the problem is you're about to stick your finger in my butt.
Right.
I don't. What is the mystery to you? And furthermore, I would prefer you do it because, generally speaking, your fingers are more slender. I don't want some sausage finger digging around.
I was going to tell you.
It has nothing to do with your gender. It has to do with the fact I'm about to get violated on my backside.
Okay. The guy who did my colonoscopy, or not my colonoscopy, it's called a hemorrhoidectomy. All right. This was a major surgery. This guy is a surgeon. I go and I have to do an appointment with him. So we get but he's going to look at everything and do his.
Got to see the goods.
Yeah.
Or the bads.
And we're sitting there, and this guy, and I'm not trying to sound like Cartman, but you know how some people are just bigger people.
Yeah.
It's not that they're just, their body is bigger.
Sure.
I mean, his fingers in his hands, not necessarily like real big, but fat.
Right, they're wide.
I mean, like his head was big.
Yeah, I don't want Ted the Duck.
He was a big, burly dude, man. And he has retired as well. And when I sat down and looked at him, the only thing he was asking me questions. I couldn't stop looking at his hands.
Just like, oh no.
And thinking to myself, oh God, at the end of this is going to really hurt, man. Because this guy's got huge ass fingers, right? And it did.
Yeah.
And I was right, yeah. But we start with a little bit of medical stuff here as we start in.
Just know this, doctors. We are looking at your hands before we get to, like, oh my God.
I didn't sum up my doctor's hands the other day.
Are you kidding me? If they look like Arsenio Hall, it's going to go deep.
But I have no family history. I have no family history of prostate cancer, so I didn't have to get it done yet.
All right, would you pick width or length? They said, look, we got Arsenio Hall, or we have, I don't know, Danny DeVito.
I probably would go smaller and thicker.
So you're going to take the Vienna sausage over the pencil?
Yes.
You want him or me?
Right. So me and Ted, you get to pick.
I want you, Ted.
Good.
Right. Your fingers really do get wide at the bottom, though. You just can't stick them in there very far.
Yeah, I got a big.
I don't know that.
Like you were describing, that's why I held up my hand. I was like, yeah.
Huh. Let me damn.
Yeah, I got the long, narrow.
Exactly.
Ooh.
The Ted finger.
The Dayton one.
More than 1 million Beijing residents undergoing coronavirus testing amid a fresh outbreak have been administered anal swabs, which are considered more accurate and raise the chances of detecting the COVID-19. Health authorities in the Chinese capital say they were aiming to screen more than 2 million people in 48 hours.
Okay, just real quick. I go to school for 8 years to be a doctor. I get to hang my diploma and show off for everyone. And I think to myself, I spent 8 years in school, and this is how I'm rewarded. That I'm going to see, if I'm a doctor, I'm going to see 20,000 anuses, and I have to swab each one. Is this worth 8 years in school?
Nasal swabs are more accurate than throat swabs, but nasal swabs can be uncomfortable. But the butt swab apparently is about the best you can do as far as the accuracy of the test.
All right.
Either way,
quit spinning it. Quit spinning it, man.
They want you to know that, of course, anal swabs aren't as convenient as throat swabs.
And why is that?
Yeah. But either way, it reduces the return of false positives.
They want you to know they're not as convenient?
In case you were wondering.
This is from China's National Health Commission. Right. They issued a statement. Anal swabs are to be administered 2 inches inside the rectum. The swab is to be rotated a few times before being removed and then placed inside a sample container. And yes, the goal, again, 2 million anal swabs.
In 48
hours.
That's got to be a world record. I mean, look, I understand this is serious. It's about the virus. But if I work a Guinness book, like, look, we need to throw these guys a bone because I'm willing to bet at no point in human history have there been 2 million anal swabs in 2 days. That's 1 million a day.
I just think it'd be great if it was a drive-through clinic. You know what I mean?
Pull up.
You stick your ass out the window. They do their thing. You drive away.
It might be better. It's quicker.
That was one of my favorite butt stories ever, though, by the way. Like, I was 19, going to spring break in Florida. A bunch of cars are all going to spring break from different places. Basically, once you get on 95, you are joined by everybody.
Sure.
From every other university, and all going to the same, well, different locations, but somewhere in Florida, all right?
Yeah, sure.
So, we...
Daytona.
Right. We passed this car. I don't know if I think there was a bunch of kids in there from North Carolina State. All right. So now we're going back and forth. We're writing notes to the girls.
Sure.
You know, they're going by, and, you know, we kind of lose them. And I'm just like, well, what the hell happened? You know, like, where'd they go? All of a sudden, this car comes blowing by us, man, going like 70, 80 miles an hour. And one chick and one dude on the passenger side, they both have their asses hanging out the window. And just, it was just the greatest thing ever. Like,
Of course.
yeah. You know, I don't be... Mooning has kind of lost its, you know.
Has it, or is it 8? Because between like 18 and 21, and I can't, kind of like when you're a pyro in your teens, there's something about right around the time you move out of the house until you get your first decent job. I felt like mooning was just something it could be the ice cream man, the UPS guy, your buddies, for whatever reason. I mean, in the bar, it didn't matter, but like everybody showed everyone their ass just real quick. It was a funny ha-ha. No one ever got offended, you know, but we did it to everybody. Anything. You drive down the road. If we're sitting out front, like drinking 40s, you know, on your front porch, hey, dude, car's coming. And everyone understood. We got up, we dropped our pants, showed them our ass. I don't know why, but I mean, it's
mooning seemed like it used to be much bigger. But again, that was before everybody had a camera phone.
You know what? That might have a look, because now you get arrested, you're registering a sexual offender, or whatever the hell, yeah.
Dude,
I mean, I remember mooning people. All my friends went to Hopkins.
Yeah.
They graduate. We go out that night. Yeah. I mean, they were having like a reception for students. I shouldn't have been in there. I was not a student. But it's all glass encased. My buddy's like, you got to moon the whole crowd. And I mooned them all. And then some dude tried to fight me.
Because you mooned them?
So what?
Yeah. Well, it was late at night. I don't know. It was a bad scene.
You'd appreciate this. There was not a steam room, but a sauna that we had at the workout facility. And this was when I was in college. So this was in the guys' locker room. So only guys are allowed in the sauna.
Right.
But either way, there was a little window. So you could see out. But for the most part, it was so steamy on the inside, you could see people who were getting ready to come up. But the way it worked is, there's a couple different levels. To be able to sit down, lay down, whatever. When you first walked in the door, the benches were on your left. And if you saw someone coming, then you jump up and get your ass and stick it right in the door. So when they opened up the door, because like it kind of blinds you for a minute based on the heat. Yeah. And then as soon as you step in, you'd look, there's a giant ass in your face. Right?
A sweaty ass.
So my buddy Greg decides, he sees the shadow coming through the window. He jumps up. We're all naked. We just have towels on. He pulls the towel down. He sticks his ass up, right? I mean, right on the door. Door opens up. It's our head coach, Don Nealon.
Oh, yeah. God damn it, Herzog. Tell us what's wrong with you.
What position did he play?
He was a punter.
I would say tight end.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, that's not good. And then, of course, he's going to sit there with us. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You know,
you can't. You specialists, right? You guys are weird.
What's wrong with you?
You're not helping.
You need to straighten up a little bit. It's not funny sticking your butt in someone's face like that. He was dead serious.
I can hear him right now.
He had a crooked finger. Yeah. So when he pointed it at you, it's like this. Hey, don't be such a jackass.
Montgomery, you are in need of a serious attitude adjustment.
What is the story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream, she was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Oh, drat. I was driving along minding my own business when that vulgar leech hit my Beamer with his pickup truck. I fear I've fractured my clavicle.
I say, old boy, don't simply put it in the hands of your insurance company to sort it out. Talk with a dedicated row of solicitors at the Advocates Law Firm.
Pipe down, you old sod. The Advocates will see your case through to the bitter end and won't sleep a fortnight until they have victory in their grasp.
Jolly good, old man. Jolly good indeed.
You get injured, the Advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, It's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're in the men's room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Our question, what is the story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Derek. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right, so my story is I kicked my friend's ass through the wall when we were in high school.
You mean like you physically put your foot through a wall and kicked his ass?
No, I kicked him and his ass went through the wall.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you kicked him from the front and he backed up and his butt put a hole in the wall?
Yeah, so we're, high school being just screwing around. He kind of pushed me up and pinned me against the wall by the shirt. So I kicked him in his stomach and his butt went through the wall. And then he backs out or pulls himself out. And I mean, it's like a cartoon. 2 perfect round circles in the wall that kind of meet up in the middle. Just a perfect butt print right in the wall.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in your house. For me, drywall is one that just makes me cringe.
You can put your ass through drywall easy.
Yeah, it's just, I hate repairing drywall.
Well, yeah.
I don't care what happens. You can always see where I screwed it up.
Even when you try to cover it with texture and all the rest of that crap.
No way. I'm not that good, man.
You gotta still walk. Hey, what happened to that part of your wall? That's the part you've repaired. But they can tell.
Then the sun comes in, you're like, oh, God, I can still see the tape. That's a terrible job.
I feel like I've seen somebody's butt go through drywall as well.
I know I have. Well, yeah. I guess not all the way through, but left a kind of a butt print. But same thing.
Yeah.
Not much above high school age. 5 dudes living together. And before we moved out, we just started going nuts in the place. Same thing. Jumping around. No one pushed anyone, but we're just jumping around, kind of mosh pitting, if you will. And I believe it was Leon's ass hit the wall. And we were all just amazed. Because you think of, your head, I get, your fist, I get, but like, your butt's not a hard place. It should be the softest place on your body, but there's, in fact, a hole in the wall.
It depends on the butt.
Where your ass hit it.
It's also a lot of muscle.
It is a lot of muscle. Miles, I know you saw, and we've said this before, there's a museum called the American Visionary Art Museum. In this particular museum, the art is incredible, but none of the artists who feature their art there were trained, right? These are people that just have a natural gift for doing things. And the results are actually pretty staggering. You're like, oh, my God. And there's like a dude he specialized in toothpick art. We know how stupid that sounds.
He did the Titanic out?
He did the Titanic, but understand, when he did the Titanic, his toothpick, and it's just toothpicks and saliva is how he did this. But his toothpick Titanic was 9 feet long. He had the cross sections, and when you looked in the middle of this boat,
you could see the staircase. He did every single room, the boiler room,
furniture,
everything.
But one of the other things he made was this delicate chair. And obviously the chair is not made for sitting on. Who doesn't know that? It's made out of toothpicks, but the chair itself was amazing. Until your company threw a Christmas party.
Yeah. And then this, because it looks like a chair. So even though it was up on like a mini platform, it had a little placard down below, right?
And it explains what this guy did.
It was the Christmas party, right?
It was the Christmas party. And
people are drinking.
And they're, going around with trays of hors d'oeuvres and all that stuff.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those.
I probably catered the goddamn thing.
And she just sat down on it. And then the whole
was
thing.
Was she big?
Yes. And the whole thing just shattered. It wasn't like there wasn't an identifiable piece of the chair remaining when she fell through it.
Like it was just a pile of toothpicks.
It was a pile of toothpicks. It was, you couldn't recognize an arm or the back or the seat. It was gone because she flattened out on her back, man, and the whole chair was gone. This was a pretty big chair.
Yeah, I remember it being at the museum because I'd always been impressed by it.
Then again, it's hard to put a price tag on these things.
Sure.
Because it's not somebody you know, but it's somebody, look, the dude makes toothpick art. I don't know what the markup is. But either way, I know we had to pay for it.
Of course you had to pay for it. Did you laugh?
Well, when you read, I picked up the placard because I wanted some information, right? That's just me.
You laughed.
It happened right beside me.
I would have laughed.
I can't remember what it was, but I swear to you, it was like 10,000 hours
Whatever it was, like the number was just astonishing of how long it took this guy to make this chair. Like it was just, when I read it, I was like, oh my God. He worked on this thing for like 5 years.
And her big butt took it out, 2 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Was it instant?
It was gone. It was gone.
Like as soon as she sat down.
It was gone. Remember,
did she cry or was she?
She was shocked. She was drunk.
That a toothpick chair couldn't hold her big butt.
Well, no, but she didn't know it was a toothpick chair. So I'm just saying, I don't know what the react. Do you start crying because you just destroyed a piece of art?
Look, it's almost
Are
like,
you angry?
It was almost like a needle skip, right? It was just like a ripping it off the record player. It was just like the whole place went silent. And there's Casey on her back. And I mean, you hear like ding, 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 ding. And I mean, million.
Yeah, they're probably shooting across the floor.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They were everywhere. It was just like,
oh no!
Hey, if you never touch sorry, just like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, she knew what you were thinking. I mean, for like forever. You know, like, Casey, what's happening? All right, shut up, Miles.
Was she there with anybody, or was it just her?
I mean, no. This is like your hairdresser's friend. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like she probably got the Kate Gosselin haircut. Right. She's that person. Like you know this girl. You've seen her a million times. Her hair is frosted blonde. You know the girl. She's big.
I just pictured you guys in the office. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I just say, what's up? Shut up. I'm not even thinking about that chair. I swear to God, I'm not thinking about the chair. Yes, you are. You're thinking about the chair. No, I'm not. I'm just saying what's up.
That's not like my money is you laughed.
You had to laugh.
Oh,
how could you not laugh?
I lost it. All right, absolutely lost it.
I really wish I was there,
man. The thing was that it took me, I knew I'd walk past the chair, okay? I didn't really understand what had happened until and then I'm like, that was a chair. I'm telling you, it was gone. Like I had to remember that. I was like, oh my God, you can't sit on that chair.
By the way, the Titanic toothpick thing we were talking about, someone corrected us. It was 25 feet long.
Oh, okay. It was
just
huge.
To give you an idea of what this guy did.
I'm going to see if I can.
But that still exists. See if you can find a picture of the chair.
I am looking.
Because this guy's work, seriously. I want to say this dude, because he was in prison for however many years.
Yeah.
And the thing was.
And you're right. He would chew on the toothpicks and he would soften them up with his saliva.
And he would make, but I mean.
That way he could do curves and stuff like that.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? And so he gets out of prison. He loans out his artwork. This chick puts her big butt on there and just blows that thing up, man. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So this was about 5-8 years ago on a road trip to Lake Roosevelt in East Washington. And I was with my friend and his parents. I was in the car with his parents and some friends, and he was driving himself and some friends. And actually, he was riding in the car. But he's a big fan of mooning people whenever he gets the chance, so he wanted to moon his parents. And he's catching up to him, and he sticks his butt out the window, pulls his pants down, and we look, and he has a good-sized piece of toilet paper stuck to his butt, flapping in the wind. It was one of the funniest things.
And he had no idea, I'm guessing.
Nope.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good. That's not good.
Check your ass before you moon someone.
You know when you have something back there.
How would you not feel that?
Yeah.
I just feel like if there's something stuck in your butt.
Even if it's a little dingleberry, you know it's back.
You are aware of it. You might not say anything, but you know it's there.
I mean, immediately. It's like when you put on a shirt and you realize like your sleeves are all itchy and you pull out a dryer sheet.
Something.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you know immediately what's going on.
Yeah. Or an ankle sock.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there?
Hey, there you are, finally. What's a story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Raymond. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, bitches?
Hola.
Okay, so this was a long time ago, like when I was in 6th grade. And during PE, we had to go run some laps up in this field. So pretty much the whole class out there were running laps, and me and my buddy Mark had been talking about mooning people. And we looked at each other, and we stopped dead in our tracks on the track and mooned the girls behind us, pulled out our pants, took off running, and somebody ratted us out.
And what kind of trouble do you get in for mooning someone?
Oh, we got hacked.
Got hacked?
Hacked? What do you mean?
With the board? Spap.
Oh,
right on the butt.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy Christ, man. That seems
this will help explain that. I'm from Southern Oregon, man. If you guys ever want to go down there, I'll take you down there on a trip.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
I do not want to do that.
There's no place that white people have ever scared me more than Southern Oregon.
Oh,
we talking about Boise?
Born and raised in Klamath Falls, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, that's some scary areas.
I have a buddy that lives in Klamath Falls.
Is he weird?
You know him. When we first started working at the station, he worked on the street team.
Oh, okay.
I don't know which one, though. First name. Can you give me a first name? You don't have to rat the dude out. Did we think he was weird?
You got a buddy named?
No, we just thought him and his girl were a little crazy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. See?
Were they
he's the
originally
type
from
of
Utah?
dude.
What's that?
Yeah,
Originally
from
from
Utah.
She was, yeah.
She was, yeah. They are exactly the type of couple that live there. And I like the guy. I remember his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
You got it.
But yeah, that's the type of person that lives there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be surrounded by him, and I couldn't have like neighbors on either side that are like that. You know, one of them was enough, I think.
Wait a minute. This guy's still around, by the way, making toothpick art.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
it's actually very impressive. It is seriously impressive stuff.
Find the chair.
I can't find the chair.
Maybe they didn't get a picture of it. It doesn't exist
she
anymore.
destroyed it forever.
He did he did the Taj Mahal and stuff. So
I mean,
the
this stuff-
Eiffel Tower. So I don't know.
And
if
he was in prison. He gnawed on toothpicks.
All
and
the
then
other
made art.
inmates would start giving him
Their
tooth
toothpicks.
because they realized like this guy was real deal with his art, and basically he would just get these things soft in his mouth and build these incredible things.
Yankee Stadium made of toothpicks.
Look at that, right?
Jesus.
Now picture some fat ass sitting on there and busting it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
what are you
Chair.
doing?
You really couldn't tell it was a chair. You couldn't tell that it was not a chair that you could not sit in. That's how intricate the detail
No,
was.
you could because it was
Yes,
labeled
yes.
that it's
I mean,
made out of
everyone-
toothpicks.
everyone else knew.
That's why the chair. Otherwise, it's just a chair sitting in a museum.
Yeah.
The thing that made it interesting.
It wasn't
was the
roped
guy
off.
made
It was just on a. It was on a just on a platform. A little.
No, but I
platform.
can't imagine there's other folding chairs in this part of an art museum.
There's not.
No,
there's not.
It's not. It looked like you were going to sit on a throne, basically.
But you know,
You know
I mean,
what I mean?
see, look,
Yeah,
look.
sit here.
Yeah, bam.
It wasn't roped off, but again, they don't rope off the display toilets at Home Depot. The assumption is
exactly.
that you're not going to poop in it, and every once in a while somebody does. But like, I cannot believe she.
Have you guys ever broke a chair sitting in it?
I broke a little kid's chair. Well, actually, the worst thing I did. This is years ago, and my friends had a 3-year-old kid. We were at Marley Station Mall, all right?
Sure.
Back in Maryland. So me and the 3-year-old kid, we go outside. Because like his parents were buying something, and I just didn't care. I'm like, let's go outside. And they had one of those little plastic ponies on the spring, right? So he gets on, and he's doing his thing, and he's going as fast as he can. I'm like, man, that is some chump-ass stuff you do. This is how you do it. So I put my ass on there, and I rocked back the first time and ripped this whole thing out of the pedestal. So I'm holding this pony by like the ears and big ass springs hanging out of the bottom. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. Now I'm the adult in this situation. So this is what I told him to do. Run! And we took the hell off. We're on the other side of the ball.
I busted one chair in my life. One chair.
By sitting in it.
By sitting in it. Yeah. It was my buddy Worm. He worked for Anheuser-Busch, beer distributor. They had these big inflatable chairs. All right. So they give them to the bars. They give them to everybody else. But what they had left, he saved one for himself.
All right.
It was just a big inflatable chair that said like Bud Light in the back, right? Whatever. Problem was, back then, we had to manually blow this thing up.
Of course.
So, I mean, people are getting headaches. People are taking
Passing
turns.
out,
It's a
right.
big ass chair,
Yeah.
right? Finally get it blown up. Maybe 2 or 3 people sitting in it. I got to plop down in it, and I popped it. It just popped. It's like,
Yeah, I did it to a buddy's chair. Like I can't remember if it was like an S Sports Illustrated kind of thing or
was it
whatever.
an inflatable chair?
It was an inflatable Packers chair.
All right.
And I remember him saying something like, "Don't worry, the weight limit's like 300 pounds." We were like, "Cool." And then like 2 weeks later, my other buddy was like, "You know, you broke his chair." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, you broke the seal on it." You say, "When's the last time you've been on a scale?" But my buddy didn't want to tell me because he didn't want to hurt my feelings. But I mean, like I've broken like a plastic chair before,
Sure,
leaning
sure,
back,
sure.
but like that one still bugs me. I'm like, man, sorry, Alex.
When's the last time you were on a scale, man?
Yeah. Yeah,
What's,
Pete, why you gotta be calling me out like that?
What's the story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
This is a little butt story. I got a new barbecue. I was breaking it in. I was looking at the barbecue. I was looking at my wife's booty. I was looking at the barbecue. I was looking at her booty. I said, "Hey, honey, your booty is as wide as this barbecue." And she said, "Oh, yeah, real funny guy, aren't you? Really funny." So then later on that night when we go to bed, I start smoozing up on her. She said, "Hey, I ain't firing this big-ass barbecue up for one little wiener.
Damn.
Ta-ding.
She's been waiting all night to tell you that.
Yeah, right.
All night. All right, let me ask you this. Is her ass really as wide as the grill? I mean, I know it's not, but was it expanding?
It's wider.
Oh, damn.
It's wider.
You still married to her?
That's why I used an alias.
So the answer is yes.
Yes, apparently so. Damn. What is the story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
And he's gone.
That was exciting. Hello, Kingsley. Welcome to the men's room.
Kingsley.
Hello. How you doing?
Hola.
Hola. Okay, cool. So this is a funny story. I was 15 years old. I live up here in Seattle. And I was camping at my mate's cabin out in the Cascades, like near Index. And we were on the river, and there's a train that runs right through there. And so we were playing in the river on the rocks and having a good time, as you do. And we heard the train come in. So we were like, all right, whatever. All three of us just mooned the train. And we thought it was just a regular, like, industrial train, but it happened to be the dinner train. And so we just had to just stick it through. And it was like 10 carriages of people enjoying this, like, luxurious train across the mountains, and we were just the main event right
there. That's awesome.
You had to feel better about that moment, right?
Man, the Yelp reviews got a hell of a lot better on that little dining experience.
I mean, at least it's funny.
It was just definitely enhanced. And we just tried to hide our faces and then not.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. There's nobody on that train younger than 65.
Right, that's the whole thing.
You wouldn't know anybody unless your grandparents are in the area.
And they didn't have camera phones. They didn't have camera phones.
Man.
So, they wouldn't have snapped any pictures. But.
Camera phones are the game changer. All that kind of stuff, it had to disappear.
Yeah,
people
that was
started
how we
getting
got.
arrested.
Believe it or not, I think we had, for some reason, we still had one of those little pocket cameras when we went down to the Super Bowl.
Did we?
And I think that's how we got busted in the bar trying to take a picture
No,
of the girl's
that was
ass.
your phone.
It was my phone.
That was your phone because you didn't take the flash off.
Oh,
man.
God. I mean, it blew up. It was like poof.
And the thing is,
it lit up the whole bar. And she just like turned around. We're like, sorry.
It's me and Miles, but Miles' wife's there. So Miles goes, hey, man, look at this chick's ass. So we're both looking at her. It's great. But he goes, man, we need to get a picture of this. But I can't do it because my wife's right there. So you do it. I'm like, yeah, all right, man. So, and I'm being real subtle, and I got it down by the side. You can't tell. I got this thing in focus. The bar is very dark. I hit to take the picture. The flash goes off, but it's it's like a strobe light, so it kind of flash, and then poof. We do this, and every head in the bar turns and is looking at us, and there's no way to play it off, but we did our best.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, that was weird. Is that like a strike of lightning or something?
Nothing like the butt I saw in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
that thing, if it's still alive right now, I can't even imagine.
If it's alive.
Yeah.
Not the woman it's
No, she's fine. I just don't know if that butt made it.
Her butt died, but
God,
she's fine.
It's amazing. I leaned back and took a picture smiling at it. She didn't know. I was like, click.
I remember the picture.
You could have set a drink and a dinner plate on it. You could have eaten off of it while she stood in front of you.
Could have thrown a tablecloth
I am not
over the
kidding
back.
you. You could have put a coaster on there, set some silverware. It all would have stayed perfectly flat. I've never seen anything like it before. Like if it rained, you had a puddle up there. What's the story that involves someone's butt? 206-421-ROCK.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.